Generals, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Company of Heroes 2. We are the illustrious hosts, the shoutcasting gentlemen, also known as the Generals, gentlemen, depending on our content. So I am Ownage Machine.
And I am Mark on Hawk.
Hooray! If you guys, you may recognize us from our previous shoutcast. We did, what was it? It was... who was it?
There was...
Hanla and
Sagasa.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Absolutely brilliant.
If you haven't checked that out, that was freaking cool. That was a cool game. So speaking of cool, we have CcArtS as our Wehrmacht or Osther or whatever you want to call him on the north of Moscow outskirts.
And we have Dberlatto as the Soviets.
So, what I've noticed in Company of Heroes 2, everyone has crazy awkward names. Like, we were casting 0 Hour previously, and everyone had really easy names. And now, everyone in this game has a really, really hard name, which, as a shoutcast, is very upsetting. So, basically, I think we'll have to call him CcArtS or CcArtS.
Yep,
and just Dberlatto.
Yeah,
otherwise,
at the moment.
we're going to spend half the time trying to pronounce their names.
And I just love to draw attention to the fact that we're actually seeing, what is that, a 4-Pio build coming out of CcArtS, which is a little bit interesting. I haven't actually seen that before.
Look, it works on big maps. Big maps where there's a lot of points to cap, and there isn't really a lot of engagements. If you try and go 4-Pio on Kolodny, it's going to be like, dude, have fun holding any territory. But on a map like, you know, Moscow Outskirts or Pripyat Winter, because it's so big, you can just cap a lot and kind of avoid battles. Also because then when you have 4-Pios, it makes decapping really easy.
Yeah, it is. It's a nice little... It's like how you... As your Soviets, you have conscripts, and they can decap really easily because you're all over the place, and you always build conscripts, heaps of them. So it's nice to have a German player going for some decapping and capping as well. So.
Yeah, getting a 5th Pio as well. So I'm sure we're going to see a tier 1 start here. The Pios will be no match for conscript actually in combat. Maybe if they're in point blank, but typically even then it can go either way. So yeah, I mean, it's actually quite interesting to see. We have not only because of the 5-Pio opening, but also because our Soviet here, Dberlatto, because he went tier 1 to get a very fast clan card, that means his map control is so low. So then basically both of those factors are really attributing to the fact that CcArtS has a huge lead in terms of the map capping power.
Yeah, you're definitely seriously limited there by not getting early conscripts like fast conscripts. We do have a sniper coming out as well from Dberlatto.
So these are the Pioneers are trying to avoid the conscripts here. The conscripts kind of juke around the brush, but actually look at that. Nice moves here from CcArtS. He will juke around the back of the forest there. Got to remember, he can't actually see that because of the true sight. So now it looks like CcArtS will actually take a sniper round here, but he will decap his point.
Decap. Oh, brilliant.
That's a ballsy move here. Rather than just retreating, he really wants to limit the map control here. And when you go for a 5-Pio opener, it's so crucial because if you don't harass and decap, then you just have no way of winning in sheer engagement. So you got to really put the pressure on the Soviet player if you go for a very fast Pio opener. So the clown car is on the field now, and that will definitely mean that Dberlatto can be very aggressive now.
Yeah, CcArtS could be in a bit of trouble now with that clown car running around with the sniper. It's going to do a fair bit of damage to those Pio squads. I mean, the Pio squads, they can't compete with the conscripts. As soon as the conscripts move in, you just have to run away. So. Yeah,
and Pios obviously have no Faust or anything like that, so they literally have no way of dealing with the clown car. So actually, yeah, it's a nice opener, but I think it's too late because look at the map control from CcArtS is absolutely out of control. His income will be skyrocketing, and now we actually have tier 1 complete.
Oh,
so we should be seeing the whatever it's called, the tier 1 barracks soon. I remember the Krieg barracks from Co 1, but I don't know what's actually called in this. And the scout car will try and chase down these Pios, but CcArtS being very on the ball with his retreat, not going to lose a squad here.
Yeah, excellent work there. Looks like Dberlatto is trying to take a bit of map control back now. He does have that clown car to move up and support his conscript squads. Even though he is limited in the amount of squads he does have, he can move up and support and just push down the Pio points. So.
Yeah. Basically, the other thing as well is like going clown car against Pio isn't really good because the main damage is from the sniper. And when you're only sniping down like a squad that costs 20 manpower to reinforce, like as opposed to like an MG squad, it's really just not worth the investment. So I think actually it's a very unlucky opener from Dberlatto actually versing a like Pyro spam. Had CcArtS gone for a more conventional, MG style of play, that clown car would be much more effective.
Yeah, it would have been good. We just see some flamethrowers starting to come up on those Pyro squads, so he's going to take advantage of the fact that he does have so many of them.
Yeah, and once you get the flamers, then you can really start to actually engage the conscripts, because flamers are good. Flamers are really nuts.
Yeah, they're fantastic. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see some engagement just around the map at the moment. We do see some, the capping is coming back from Dberlatto now. It'll be interesting to see what tech path that CcArtS has actually gone for. I think
well, he's definitely gone tier 2.
Cars, yeah.
He's going to need your scout cars to deal with the scout car of Dberlatto, and actually then Panzer Grenadiers will be very effective combined with those pioneers. So actually losing the pyros but holding the point, a good move there. He can really bum rush the engineers, because the engineers don't have 18-8, so you can really get in there close and you can chase. With conscripts you want to stay back, you don't want to get 18-8'd. So look, I think it's going to come down to the 222 scout car from CcArtS can definitely deal with the M3 scout car. He's getting the up gun now, so that will absolutely decimate the M3. But the conscripts will protect that. You always want to make sure you have a squad nearby to 18-aid their 222.
Yeah, the 18-aids do a lot of damage to those armored cars, so it's all going to be about unit placement here, just keeping conscripts around the car so he doesn't just get it taken out.
Yeah, so now with the armored car, even a second scout car as well, he can really start to do some harassment here because of the long range that they have. The scout cars can really poke and snipe down some squads while avoiding the AT range. And yeah, neg cover there's probably going to make those pyros retreat, but actually it looks like he may get caught by 18-8 here, running right into the Grins.
Gets caught there. It looks like another
move.
conscript squad is moving in as well, so if he gets another 18-8 off, it looks like it will be over for that car.
Yeah, it's a dead scout car to me. The M3, also the main gun, is actually pretty effective here. Not as powerful as the main gun on the scout car, but still is enough to make a pretty big difference. They're trying to get the 18-8. Will he get it though? No.
No, it doesn't manage to get there in time.
Yeah, you really don't want to lose the upgun scout car, because they go 70 munitions, and it's really hard to recover from that, especially with how munitions dependent the Germans are. And actually a third scout car actually. So look, that's a lot of fuel here from CcArtS. He's going to lose a tech race if Dberlatto goes like a fast T70 or something like that. We'll have to see what tech path he's going for.
What it is doing is it is forcing a bit of grouping now, though, from
That's true.
Dberlatto.
That's
so
actually very true.
He's not able to spread out and cap across the map, so CcArtS is going to be able to move his pyros in and do a much more effective decapping, because I mean, you can't just have individual conscript squads running out, because with the amount of armoured cars, with the cars that are coming out, they're just going to shut down the capping conscripts. Yeah, and it means that the conscripts have to stay near the scout car, because if the scout car's by itself, it will get caught, but actually guards are on the field. Well
that's
done.
the perfect counter to the scout cars. He may even actually garrison the guards inside of the M3 scout car and really chase them down. So we might actually have to see double 20 mil to deal with that, because yeah, those are crazy. And now the clown car with an engineer actually. Well, that's a double clown car here. So a sniper clown car and a flamer. So that's actually going to be very effective at bringing the pain to CcArtS. He's going to have to retreat, else he will maybe lose a squad. The chasing potential is actually ridiculous on those. They actually almost lost a scout car to these guards. They're vicious.
Yeah, they really are. It's an excellent choice there, just going for the guards. Really going to be super effective, especially with that range just against the cars.
Oh, but actually, it looks like the Flamers and P-Grens are on the field, and those are going to be the perfect counter to guards. Panzer Grenadiers absolutely destroy guards. He
might actually lose that squad. Those guards are getting taken very low, and the armored car is in fact chasing them down.
He lost 2 pyro squads. That's a bit of a blunder there. The armored car with the up gun isn't very good against chasing squads here, but actually these conscripts are getting so close. They're playing a very dangerous game. Even the flank conscript may land the 18-8, 1 nade, and that is a dead scout car. Other one really needs repairs before it can be combat effective. The P-Grens and the Flamers will really be able to deal a lot with these conscripts, but the sniper though is going to be very effective against these P-Grens.
Yeah, the P-Grens are a great idea, but with that sniper on the field, oh no, the 18-8 looks like, we'll land. That's so weak. Of damage. It could be taken out now. It's super low.
The scout car has gone down, but the sniper did actually evac, so the sniper did not die when the scout car did. That really needs to retreat, because rifle shots from these conscripts will take that down if he's unlucky there. Capping the fuel point here, so a very aggressive game here. Scout cars against guards, basically guards and conscripts. So a very crazy game here. The pioneers rather are trying to repair this, because that scout car is going to go down. And it was almost Vet 2 as well, and Vet 2 scout cars are crazy, because then they can basically deal with T-70s single-handedly.
It looks like I think it might get caught out by these conscripts, maybe. Oh no, maybe not. It looks like the conscripts staying in cover there.
Oh, you can kill it. Oh, actually, is that munitions? He's been...
Oh, cool.
Hoorah,
There
he's
you
been
go.
18 He can't actually afford the 18 nade, but it is so low. He could probably finish it off with rifles. He should chase that. Yeah, he is. I guess that's the thing though, is when you're so strapped on munitions, like when you don't have a lot of capping power, which he didn't. It means he didn't have the munitions, and munitions that he did have, he had to get like the guards. Do you get the DPs? DPs
yeah,
are
I think he
expensive.
does. He does. I think he did. I'm
Where are
not
they?
100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I saw
You got
the
DPs.
upgrade on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DPs.
the upgrade did go down. So that's going to be helping again against the armored cars. If you can lock one of them down, find one of them, catch one of them out, and button it. So
Yeah, so basically we have a lot of scout cars here from CcArtS. But only, you know, a pretty small infantry army, 3 pyros and a single Pigrin squad.
Yeah, definitely compared to Dberlatto, who does have several units. I mean, he's got a few conscripts, he has a guard squad. It's a lot of infantry, really, for CcArtS to have to deal with.
Yeah, but then again, because, you know, do keep in mind that because Dberlatto has gone for these guards, it means that he's going to have a hard time dealing with, like, Pigrin spam and flamers as well.
No shock troops.
Yeah, no shock troops. That, and because he's gone tier 1, it means he basically has to go tier 4. Otherwise, he will just get taken down by like P4s and Osvins when they show up. So that's the problem with going tier 1, is it limits your options. Whereas like I personally, I love going tier 2, tier 3, because then if I need AT, I can just get AT guns. Whereas like tier 1, tier 4, you need the SU-85 or you have no way of dealing with the Osvin when it shows. So I think we're going to see a lot of Pigrins, and that would be a good move. A second Pigrin squad is on the way, and also we are seeing some Flamer NGs as well. So look, I think this sniper here is going to be very important for Dberlatto to deal with his infantry armies here, and actually these scout cars are getting caught by these conscripts.
Yeah, getting caught a fair bit out of position there. And I mean, yeah, it does in fact get the 18 nade, but there's moving into support with those armored cars. I mean, I think Dberlatto does have a bit of extra time up his sleeve, just given the amount of cars that CcArtS has gone for. That's definitely going to delay the teching and the P4 when it eventually comes.
Yeah,
or
but
other tanks.
At the same time, double scout car from Dberlatto has done the same thing to him. It'll also slow down his tech. Another thing to keep in mind as well is because CcArtS has like 3 pyros, he did have 5 originally, he can repair so damn fast. So it actually makes a lot of sense going like pyro into scout car, because then you just have so much repair potential. Because then you can harass, you can use up their munitions in 18 aids, and then basically you can just repair it and go,
definitely.
You just wasted your munitions. But then again, every time the conscript's 18 naded, they get a lot of vet. So if you're like you let your opponent 18 nade, they can get a lot of vet, and that can give them the edge in the infantry battles.
And I mean, without the Gren squads to start off with, I mean, he does have he does have more munitions than he originally would have. Instead of going for the MG upgrades, he can go for the Flamer upgrades, and that's, we do see the 3rd Flamer upgrade come out now. So those Pyre squads are dangerous now. You do not want to get in close and have to rally with them.
I would also like to see a lot of mines. The German mines are so damn good, but they're expensive. So normally you don't see them, but you know, when you have a lot of spare munitions, the mines can be crazy. Like for example, on this map, if you put like a telemine, like 18 mine, like there, you can kill a T70. You can just outright kill a T70, and that can easily win the game for you. Because you know the Soviet can be so dependent on that T70 if they rush that, rather than going for tier 4. But we do actually definitely have a tier 4 here for the SU-85, which should come eventually. And now another pack on the way. So look, we'll have to see.
Pakan, pretty good choice there. I mean, it looks like those guards are actually taken quite low by the Pigrins. They're getting caught up by the armored cars.
He might even lose that.
They're in trouble. They're in serious trouble.
The problem
will actually get the escape in time.
Yeah, the problem with guards is you really have to make sure you don't lose your weapons, because not only do they have DPs, but also the AT rifles. So you can drop weapons really easily, and then you have to pick up the weapons before retreating. And that time it takes you to pick up your weapons, that can actually lead the squad to die. So that Pigrin, was crazy.
I'm liking these, like the triple cars moving around now. It's really forcing off.
Look at that damage.
The conscripts. It's absolutely ridiculous.
At the range.
Yeah. And one of them's actually starting to get that vet up now, so it's really helping the pioneers in their engagement. Just having that extra support at the back means they can actually deal with the conscripts. So.
Yeah, that's right. And like every time whenever I play German, I always like to have 1 scout card, just for preventing decapping. If there's an NG squad, you can just chase it down. If there's a conscript squad, you can basically stop it from capping. Like scout cards are just so good, they're just so weak for their cost in terms of like health.
Oh yeah.
And so the Pigrins have no way of actually dealing with the Clown Car. Grenadiers can false that, but Panzer Grenadiers cannot. So he may actually lose the squad to the chasing potential. Facing the wrong way though, actually may give him enough time to retreat from that. But now here come the Scout Cars. They can instantly destroy the M3 scout car, if he tries to chase us, it's very actually...
He will decide to back off.
It's confusing. We should refer to these 222s scout cars and M3.
222s, yep, no problem.
222s. Yeah, because they're both scout cars. Yeah, but like a lot of people just call them armored cars because in PE, like Co 1, the Panzer Elite like armored cars were actually the same unit. And so yeah, looks like Dberlatto is really falling behind in this map control here. The scout cars are really forcing him back. And when it comes to an actual engagement, you know, the P-Grans, the Flamers, they're really just dealing with the guards and the conscripts.
Looks like the T-22s are actually
getting
going to
caught,
catch out the M3, and the M3 will, yeah, I'm going to say go down. Yeah, it is absolutely gone there. And as well as that combat engineer squad, it's nice how he's moving the T-20, I think they're maybe T-2... 21s? T-221s.
Good.
Yeah,
My
they
bad.
are 21s. Yeah,
Wait.
I think so, yeah.
Wait, what? Okay, 222 because with the upgun.
Oh, okay, 21 without the upgun. That makes a lot more sense.
I honestly did not know that was a thing. So actually, there is a observation post here, or the fuel cache rather. I think that's just to basically prevent the decap.
Yeah.
Because that point there is really crucial. Because that actually, without that point, it means the northern player can't cap this fuel. So it is actually making it quite exposed. Like you might lose that.
They are a little bit difficult to destroy though. I mean, it's a timing thing. I mean, if you can move those T222s, man, that's a really is a mouthful, isn't it? If you can move them in time, I mean, he's not really going to be able to destroy it. We do see there's conscripts moving in, so we'll see an 18 come out there.
But I think guards will actually take that out pretty fast.
Yeah, I was going to ask with the guards did a fair bit of damage.
Guards in packs. So look, we are seeing, should be seeing SU-85 pretty soon. Yeah, SU-85 is on the way now. I was going to say, it's been a while, so that will definitely destroy these scout cars.
Yeah, they'll get caught out of position. It'll probably be, what, one shot maybe? Probably to take them out,
for the Vet
sure.
0 one, the Vet 2 one, they will take 2 shots because it gets more health. But yeah, SU-85, they will, and 18, they will one-shot a scout car, so they're going to be really careful with your micro here. The P-Grans will just march through the front door, though, muscle their way through.
Nice,
the scout cars, though, are so effective. The sprint ability will actually keep their distance away from the P-Grans. A nice move there, because P-Grans in close combat are so effective with their lack of fire on the move penalty. And here comes the SU-85 though.
In. I know, but it's turning the wrong way, in fact. It has to turn around. We really need to see those T222s.
It's getting weak. The 222 getting 18, they look dead to me. That one's going to go down as well. Damage engine. This one will probably escape though, but there goes the upgun one. And so we do have the Pioneers capping the fuel. So it looks like, yeah, that fuel cache here was actually a very good move here from CcArtS, but there it goes with the SU-85, so that can be decapped now. We do actually have a lot of resources banked up here for CcArtS. He can definitely afford a Tiger when he gets the 5 CPs, but he definitely has enough manpower for an extra squad. He did lose a P-Gran squad as well, actually. A bit of a blunder there.
Yeah, that pack's actually doing a fair bit of damage to the SU-85, but he's going to be forced back by the conscripts.
Now we see a strafing one come in. That will force the retreat and actually do a lot of damage as well. But yeah, basically now with the conscripts gone, the SU-85 is pushed back, so the AT gun can move back in. But look, I think CcArtS doesn't have a lot of infantry. He really doesn't. This Tiger will have to be very effective. Otherwise, this is going to fall behind in like capping power and in the actual engagements. He doesn't have the manpower he needs to really force these engagements, especially with the sniper. 16 kills, almost Vet 2, and the Vet 2 will give him a higher rate of fire, which is very effective on those snipers.
Oh, we do see the guards moving on the side. Looks like they will manage to take out the remaining T222.
And if that goes down, that goes down! So actually, look, CcArtS is really falling behind here, losing so many squads.
Yeah, he's got those 3 Pyro squads and the Panzergrans, but he's only got 1 unit of them, so he's so far behind infantry-wise. And with that SU-85 there, I mean, that's going to be some good AT, and I'm sure Dberlatto will be getting some more soon.
Oh, but look at this, a howitzer! Uh-oh, that's going to be very effective against emplacements such as the pack or anything like that. But with a lot of like flamers and P-Grans, they're going to be constantly moving. So the howitzer maybe not the best choice, but still they are very effective given they don't cost any fuel, only manpower. So we'll have to see, does it actually pay off? But look, this sniper is really forcing the retreats here. The howitzer also raining a barrage where those squads were. So actually, look, this is like looking really good for Dberlatto. But once the Tiger shows up, which it will very soon, that may turn this around.
Yeah, with that unit, looks like they may actually go down to a Pyro squad there. No, it looks like you may in fact run around in time. But I was going to say, given the small size of the Pyro squads, that sniper's being even more effective. I mean, you're getting a quarter of the unit with each shot, so that's going to force the retreat so much more quickly than it would normally. So yeah, with the small units of the German player, of course.
Yeah, and also like the manpower cost to reinforce, they're very expensive. But basically, like, we have so much resources banked up, like, 400 fuel, 900. He may be saving for, like, a double tiger, just to, like, get 2 tigers at once, which is, I don't like that, it's bad.
No.
Because they're just so slow, they can't really chase a SU-85. And they're more so for, like, the health, like, the damage isn't very good. Like, they do the same damage as a P4, it's just they have, like, higher penetration. So, they're not really a one-man army unit. They're kind of there to support the weaker tanks, I think.
Yeah, I think CcArtS is definitely still in this game, just given the amount of resources he does have banked up, because he had map control for so long. He had this entire side for pretty much the entire match. So he's definitely still in this, depending on how fast he is going for that tiger now.
Yeah, I can't say how much more this sniper team has just held the line here.
Just beautiful.
Otherwise, the P-Gun squads would have just really just dominated these conscripts. So with this sniper team in the back lines, they're doing a lot of damage there. But now the tiger is on the way now, so this tiger can possibly be a game changer here against this Su-85. So we'll have to see who has the best micro with their tanks. The Su-85 obviously being a lot weaker. But it has the ability to just constantly backpedal away, reverse move, and stay at the maximum range. But with the help of the pack here, the Tiger may have what it needs to take this out.
So the Su-85 will start moving backwards now. That is quite good micro to like start moving it backwards.
Just constantly reversing.
Yeah, just constantly reversing. You do not want to take any damage whatsoever.
If he can actually land an 18 nade on the Tiger, it will get caught by the Su-85. Actually the sniper team may die. Will he be able to take that down? The turret is so slow.
Right.
The P-Grens cannot get the kill, so that would have been a huge blow if that sniper team actually went down. And so now the thing is as well is that howitzer is quite exposed if the target goes to flank around the side. But here come the conscripts going over for the 18 nade, and that will keep it.
No, maybe not. I thought it was landing there. I thought he was within range, but maybe not.
Yeah, if that target gets caught by an 18 nade, the Su-85 is going to have so much of an advantage.
And that's good pack movement as well. Moving in the Panzergrens to deal with the conscripts, and now it's going to have free reign on that side, especially that howitzer is quite exposed as well.
With the sniper on the retreat, he can't really ward off those P-Grens, but now Hero Boys and it will do a lot of damage here. The conscripts, though, are going to go for the Tiger, perhaps. A nice kiting, and you really want to avoid that. So, double vet on the pack, forcing off the Su-85, but he may actually lose this here.
Loses it to a shot from the
Tiger, maybe? Yeah, I think it was a Tiger.
Yeah, I think the Tiger actually took it out.
Yeah, I think it was a Tiger. So friendly fire there. Meanwhile, the Scout Car doing a lot of capping here. That's quite nice to see. With the guards, the Scout Car won't be able to ward that off. So yeah, losing a couple of these points is nice to see here, especially because of how low the VP is after Dberlatto. So look, this Tiger is going to be very exposed against the Conscript squad.
Conscripts will land that 18 now, I'm sure of it.
There it goes. And now it is very exposed. No Conscripts nearby. The Su-85 can chase that. It's going to get vet too soon, and that will be very effective with the increased damage. But the Tiger can deflect the missiles, the shells rather. The Su-85 don't penetrate every time, and there's probably going to be a second Tiger on the way soon, but he really needs to get some repairs. The conscripts need to keep nading that if they can. The Pioneers need to repair that Tiger, because the Su-85 was not chasing though. What are you doing? There it is, and it's gone now.
Yeah, now it is starting to chase. I really like that Clown Car as well, just given the fact that there's no real AT infantry, anti-tank infantry out from CcArtS. So by capping with that, he can't really move out to defend it, because all he's really got is that Tiger or something to take it out, and the pack was taken out before.
Look, 3 shells in a row have been deflected. The Tigers just have so much armor. One did penetrate, but the damage isn't really that much.
Will it drive over that wall? I think it is. Yeah, I think there's I forgot. It was a sonar wall.
Look at that. Once it gets behind the building, the Su-85 cannot chase, and that will give CcArtS the time to repair the Tiger and get that back to full strength.
20 or so Pyro squads.
If that tries to chase, it will get
caught.
It would be a bad idea.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
He might be able to attack ground,
yeah.
So that would be a good idea, but you really don't want to chase that behind the wall, because you might get flanked and that sort of thing. So it looks like a second Tiger is on the field now, and that's a pretty big deal here for CcArtS, because then he can really be aggressive and just charge Su-85 head on, if not flank it.
Yeah, if he can take tank control with both Tigers without losing one, that's going to be really important, and that could be a game-changing moment.
But it looks like we do have another Su-85 on the way for Dberlatto here. Going to get that soon, because he has the resources for it. And against 2 Tigers, you really need 2 Su-85s.
Definitely.
AT guns just aren't good against Tigers. They're just simply not. But Su-85s are amazing. They're actually crazy.
That Clown Car is just capping all over the map. It's just so fast. It's just moving in and just capping everything.
Yeah. Basically, this half of the map has been captured by that Clown Car. So look, these points are really falling behind. But with a lot of the Pioneers, that Tiger was actually repaired very fast. So I think we're going to have to see these Tigers do a lot of damage, else they will fall behind. But actually, the house, is that shelling the Tiger?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Nearby at least.
And we've also got those guards quite close on the field as well. So if we do see a button go down on the Tiger, they're not going to be able to do any flanking or anything. If we have 2 Su-85s on the field, that could be pretty dangerous.
Yeah, so now the second Tiger is on the march. The first one being close behind the Su-85. It has to backpedal away and make sure he doesn't get in range of the Tigers, because they will kill it pretty soon. With 2 of them, 1 more shot, and that will hit Vet 2, and that will give a lot of damage here. But the Tigers are moving in. The Clown Car might get button though. The guards can button that with the Tiger there, but we'll have to see. Vet 2 has gone down now. The Vet 2 will give it the damage he needs. The Tiger though is just so slow, he can't push in for the kill here. The Tigers are retreating away, and that's not what you want to do against Su-85. You really go in
there as well, so that's going to take care of the infantry on the side. But I think we did see the nade go down.
I see nade go down, and now this guard.
Su-85 can't chase.
It really cannot chase there. So these Tigers here are staying away. They're going to fire shots at these guards and infantry. It is going for trying to crush the front door, but a second Su-85 now. And actually that Su-85 is getting weakened here.
Not the 2 vet though.
You don't want to lose that because the damage it does. That one is too far away. Oh, he can't shoot now.
He cannot shoot if those guards stay there. And the other Tiger is quite low. He can't move that in. He's starting to back off now.
He's trying to backpedal it away into the Pyos here, but that looks like a dead Tiger to me. But then again,
out of range.
This is a pretty intense battle here. It can go either way at this stage because of how weak these tanks are, given the amount of firepower on both of them, combined with the weak armor of the Su-85. Now it is behind.
He's got to be careful with that Su-85. He's got the strong one at the front, and that's almost fully healthy. Yeah, good choice there, moving that one off. Maybe you can get the more full health one to move in. Maybe try and take it out.
Yeah, Dberlatto has plenty of munitions to button if he needs to. So I think these Tigers can get taken out if he gets caught by a button with the double Su-85. But he's going for the flank, and that one's actually getting quite weak, but he focuses the wrong one, unfortunately.
Oh, those Su-85 shells both penetrated on that attack, though,
he's trying to
now
flank,
going to side armor, and they see the Vet 3 go down!
That's going to have so much health against the Tiger, out of control for the Tiger, and this one is just too far away, the repairs not being done in time. Bit of a reckless move there, sending in one Tiger by itself without the support of the other one, and now that P-Gun squad looks dead to me.
Oh, and it's gone too. That is not good for
Playback
CcArtS.
over.
One Tiger, yeah, you'd have to see the GG.
It was such a good opener here from CcArtS, but the Tigers are they're just not good against Su-85s.
Yeah, they're really not.
Panthers are much better because Panthers are fast. So you can really like flank and really just circle strafe, you know, the Su-85s, and they're not as expensive. So I think Tigers are only good to support like weaker tanks, like if you have P4s and stuff, and you want the Tiger to soak the damage. Whereas like in a 1v1, Panthers are just better because they're faster. They have the same damage, probably the same penetration, just not the health.
Yeah, unfortunate there in the end, losing that last Tiger, running him straight into the Su-85s. I mean, got both the penetrations there. He might have been able to take out one, but given it was the Vet 2, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Vet is pretty crazy.
Yeah, so pretty crazy game here. Nice opener, but I guess I think a wrong tech path for CcArtS. While Dberlatto hung in until the end, Su-85s on a map like Moscow Outskirts, they're just so effective, you know, for reverse moving, staying out of danger, that sort of thing. So until next time, we are the Shoutcasting Gentlemen.
It's been a pleasure.
Bye-bye.